Welcome to Hardheaded Podcast. We're excited that you've joined us as we have a conversation.
It's time to join the conversation.
Welcome, Hardheaded Podcast listeners, Hardheads. You Hardheads, how are you all you Hardheads doing out there?
Is that what we call them?
Yeah, that's our fan club.
The Hardheads?
With the president of the fan. We don't have a fan club. But if you are listening and this is not your first episode, you should share this episode on whatever social media or platform.
I think it's a great idea.
Right now. That will help us continue to grow as we are on our 140th episode, which is fantastic. It's a lot of fun. I'm your host, Chet Sears. I've got Troy Trussell on my left and Matt Amos on my right. And we are on all of your platforms. So tune in, keep tuning in, share us, like, comment, share. We've got a great episode for you today. We're going to find out what's on Troy's mind. We're going to hear a good word from Matt Amos. But in the middle of that, we're going to take a break and talk about our top 3 canned soups. I know that it is not quite fall yet, but it's time to stock up your pantry with the best soups out there for that fall weather that's coming up. If you're like me, you have soup at your camp. Like, we got to stock year round. That's a great meal. We got a decent shelf life. So we're going to cover our top 3 canned soups. But before we get to that, Troy, what is on your mind?
Business is on my mind. Business. Not business time, just business. So over the past year, I guess it's been a year now, I've hired 2 salespeople, and they haven't really worked out for the company.
Okay.
So I'm deciding to pivot. And I'm thinking about hiring an administrative assistant.
Okay.
And so the reason for the pivot is, so rewind, probably about 3 or 4 weeks ago, I was a speaker for a breakout session at the...
You're in a business club.
Well, no, this is something different.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I was a speaker in a breakout room at the small business marketing meetup that the Small Business Development Center put on.
The SBDC?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, those guys.
Yeah, those guys.
Yeah.
And the SBA and...
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I got that thing on the wall over there.
Okay.
And I got a tumbler. It wasn't a pink Stanley, but it was a little orange tumbler for speaking. So that was pretty fun. Talked about how video marketing is crucial in today's world.
That thing you're talking about, your business card holder?
Yeah, over there.
I had to put my glasses on.
He had to put his spectacles on
to see that far.
What does that say?
Turtle.
Oh, yeah, SBA.
Turtle.
For making fun of me.
Yeah, so while I was at this event, it was an all-day event. It had a keynote speaker. It had 1 million cups was in the morning.
Oh, I know them.
And that SBA puts that on, and it was they have that every Wednesday at Groover Labs, but it started out with that, and then we had breakout sessions, and then a couple more sessions with panel groups and all that. But the whole thing was around marketing, and I was, since I did a breakout, I felt like the industry expert. It was pretty cool. It was the first time I'd ever done something like that.
Yeah.
And I got really positive feedback from my presentation and everything. And through doing all that, I got 4 really good quality referrals, just face to face. I don't want to say leads because it was a lead, but it was a really good, like, hey, I think we could do business together type referral. And so I've been working.
So you did your salesperson's job, but not by being a salesman, but just by going to an industry event and talking about
and networking and So my thoughts behind hiring an administrative assistant instead of going back into the sales pool, trying to pull somebody out to teach them what I can just go do.
Right.
I could have somebody else in the office handling all the other things, taking calls, doing emails, uploading social media, different things that I do on a regular basis that take me away from doing things like networking, important things that I need to do to grow the business. So
Yeah.
it's kind of what I've been thinking about. What's your take on that? What are your thoughts? You have questions for me?
Why did you need a salesperson?
I thought I needed a salesperson to drive revenue, to bring in more money for the company. Because right now, if you look at it, I'm making enough for the work that I can do.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like hitting a ceiling. So I can't bring on any more work and do the sales job myself. So I have an editor that I give work to
Mm-hmm.
when there's overflow. She takes the work. Actually, I have two right now. They take the work when I have overflow. And so I thought if I could bring in more work, then all the overflow could go to them, and the salesperson would be bringing in the more jobs, and I could still manage it all.
What are you good at? What's the best thing of all the stuff? So your company records video.
Right, video production company.
Yeah, you record it,
Record
you
video,
edit it, you produce it. What are you best at? You can do all of that. What are you best at?
I think I'm best at the video production side and the networking side of it.
So you were asking for a salesperson basically to take away the networking, to take away the need for you to network, which is one of the better things that you do.
Right, because I can sell it better than they can, and I've proved that.
So
Nobody can care about your company more than you.
Exactly.
So the next thing, thanks for that bumper sticker, Matt.
You're welcome.
That's fantastic.
TM.
It's good. I liked it.
Trademark. So by saying what you're good at, you're alluding that you're not good at doing administrative stuff, keeping up with social media, because you see if you have, I need to go to this networking event, or I need to load up the schedule for all my social media posts this week.
For my clients.
You're gonna go to that networking event to continue to make sure that you're in business.
Well, right now, no. I'm gonna
Try to do both.
try to do both.
But you're better. Somebody can make social media posts better
To free me
for
up.
your company than somebody else could network for your company.
Right.
Yeah. Go do it.
Like the uploading social media content can be learned.
Yeah. Or
editing
is already known. Like there are already people that know
Right.
some of that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
Editing
A lot
can
more
be
than
learned.
selling video production.
Right.
Yeah. Do it.
So that's what's
Where are you going to go? Where are you going to go to find this individual?
that's a great question. I'm going to do a video ad and put it on
This could be
LinkedIn
virtual.
and social media and stuff.
This could be virtual, couldn't it?
I'd rather have somebody in office.
You're limiting yourself by doing that.
I know.
Why do you need somebody in office?
To do social media.
Well, it's more than that.
Okay. I'm just saying you may want to take a step back. Take a step back and see your desires to have somebody in the office may also trump. You may find somebody that's not as good at what you need them to do as somebody that may be virtual.
I mean, I'd be open to virtual, but I wouldn't be open to virtual. I mean, I'd want to be able to meet with that person.
Yeah. Not on a video? You're not good with doing video?
Zoom.
Teams?
I mean, I'm not doing it, but
I do it all the time.
you do.
All
Yeah.
the time. I mean, there's a way to try to establish a relationship with somebody that's not in your country, even. Not that I'm asking for that.
Yeah. All of my business right now is local. Everything's right here.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like I'd like somebody that could just be here.
I don't know. We'll talk about it offline. I've got some advice. that you could not hurt my feelings if you don't take it. But your options will open up and your costs will go down. If you
Costs will go
open
way
up.
down.
Way down.
Yeah. I guess my only hesitancy is, I don't know if, like, is the work getting done and is it getting done right?
Well, you'll know because their posts are going to be scheduled. But I don't know what else because you haven't said
But I
what
mean,
else
there's
you're going to want
tons
to do.
more stuff. Like, there's a lot more that I do.
The assumption that because somebody's in the office, work is getting done has been disproven, and I have evidence.
I bet.
It's
Just watch The Office.
or
pretty much any office in the United States you can go
I
to.
could take you to Suite 120 a couple years ago.
There's tons of work.
There was work getting done, but I mean, just because we were in the office didn't mean that that's when it was happening. So yeah, I don't know.
And a lot of my work takes place outside of the office.
And it's work.
Yeah.
It's never work if you enjoy what you're doing.
That's right. And sometimes it's net working. Like, I mean,
I'm really good at networking.
that guy, he's a walking billboard for his business.
Right.
That's there's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would. I'll tell you. I see what you're saying, and I think you're on the right path. That you need to free up your time to do more of stuff that makes money. You don't need to outsource one of the better skills that you have.
Right.
You should outsource some of the skills that either aren't making you money or take away from the skills that you have making your company more money. And if the admin's the way to go, you got to find the right person. And I'm going to tell you from a sales perspective, your sales people are different, need to be managed differently than your admins. And sometimes if you have an in-person admin, the effort that you're going to have to put into that, they're going to want, if they want that office environment, they're going to want you here a lot of the time. They're going to want to ask you questions a lot of the time. And if they're less independent than if you were to go like a virtual assistant, which is used to not working in an office and used to not having somebody come by every 10 minutes to remind them that they're doing the right things, because they're going to get the job done. And they're going to do it on their own time, which may be a lot less time than somebody coming in and punching a clock. So,
Yeah.
something to think about.
I mean, I'm open to it, but
your advantage, your comparative advantage, is one of the things that we talk about at work a lot. Is if your advantage to go network and bring in new business, you don't need to pull that away from yourself. You should.
yeah, I've got to get
Keep
out there
that
and keep doing that.
and outsource the other stuff. Editors, people can edit, and if they don't edit, if their proficiency in editing is 80% as proficient as what you could do yourself, that's 80% less work you're going to have to do. Like,
Right.
You still may have to touch 20% of it, but that's better than 100%, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah. I've learned that over this past
Yeah.
year with the editing that I've had outsourced. So
Yeah, I think admin will be about the same way.
yeah.
Matt, you run a couple businesses.
Yep.
Would you have anything to add?
Well, I mean, I've outsourced some stuff virtually to have stuff done, and it's always come back phenomenal. And they're really, really good at communicating via email, and that's my preferred method anyway, is text or email. I don't like video conferencing. I don't like telephone calls. Matter of fact, I got 2 phone calls while I'm here. I'm just like, I gotta call these people, and why can't we just text? But I've been pretty impressed with the results that I've had outsourcing that stuff, and some of it's been one was a girl in like India, maybe, but it was I was looking for some logo stuff and some digital creation type stuff that I just don't have the skill to do. Cheap.
Oh, I outsource
And it was-
logo animations all the time.
It was all cheap and great, and that social media management where you've got people that are running, that's what they do. They run multiple pages at a time. So they're up on the trends. They know what's hot. They know what people are clicking on. And so, they're like, hey, they already got their pulse on what people are wanting, and they can guide you in that direction. Like, hey, here's send me some of these. This is what I think is going to work really well right now. So if you can find some of this and send it to me, I can push this out right now, and we can capitalize on whatever trend's going on. And they just got their pulse on it, so it's a lot more efficient.
Good deal.
Yeah, I'm with that. But I think you're good. One of the things I like about you and how you're approaching your business, it's you're willing to learn, you're willing to experiment, you're willing to try new things. And I think that mentality needs to stick, because there's so many people that are like, this is the way I started and this is how it's going to be. And because of that, they limit themselves on what their potential is going to be. So I'm encouraged by
that. Happens with a lot of prosthetists.
Yeah.
That are amputees. They're like, well, this works for me, so this is going to work for everybody. And it's not cookie cutter. You got to be able to adapt and see things from somebody else's point of view and make those adjustments and changes if you need to. Semper Gumby, as the Marine Corps says.
Cool. All right. Well, that's awesome. Thank you for sharing, Troy. If anybody else has any advice, put it in the comments. We're willing to listen, and we promise not to make fun of your ideas related to advice for Troy. Everything else is on the table. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with our top 3 canned soups. And based on how our top 3s have been going, I bet Matt and Troy both bring in ideas that are soup mixes in a dry goods bag.
I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, you do. Like a soup mix. It's in a packet, like taco seasoning, but it's a soup mix.
No.
You guys never heard of that before? Whatever. It's going to be on your list. You watch.
All right.
And then Matt will close us out with a good word. So.
At Admiral's Pennant, our mission is to offer the latest and refined, high-quality masculine products and services to the modern gentleman, as well as provide him with the tools and products necessary to look, act, and feel confident in his appearance and social interactions. Check it out at admiralspennant.com. Without it, you might as well shave.
And we're back. Welcome back. What a great advertisement that just was. All right.
Which one was it?
It was the one about
about the thing.
The Trussell pennant.
No, it was the other
it was
one.
a different one.
Yeah, Trussell
Okay.
pennant. You put
Admiral
both
Studio.
of them in there.
Admiral Studio. That's what I think. We're
Admiral
gonna go
Trussell.
Could be
top
a thing.
3 canned soups. Matt, what say ye?
Number 3, alphabet soup. I don't know what it is. Alphabet soup always just tastes better than regular chicken noodle soup.
I like it.
Is alphabet soup in tomato sauce?
They have it in tomato sauce, like the SpaghettiOs, but with
Alphabet. That's all I remember with letters.
But they also have it in the
chicken noodle?
like chicken noodle soup.
No way.
So like chicken and stars, and they got chicken and letters or whatever it is. But yeah, it's I don't know what it is. The consistency of the soup is a lot better, I think, than
what does this spell? Flavor.
It smells good.
That's funny.
Number 2, bean and bacon. Campbell's bean and bacon soup.
Bacon.
That has been my go-to since I was a kid. So technically, it probably should be number 1 on my list because I've eaten that more than any other canned soup.
It doesn't mean it's your top 3. It's not top 3 consumed.
Yeah, but it's been my go-to, like my favorite for a long time, and I
never had it.
Never had it.
I've never had it. I didn't even know it existed.
Campbell's bean and
I'm
bacon
gonna have
soup.
to try it. I'll look for it.
It's good. It's just beans and like carrots.
Yeah.
And a little bit of bacon. I mean, little bit of bacon. Very little bit of bacon.
They pass the can in front of a slice of bacon.
Right, and maybe some fat drops in. Maybe
I saw that as. Troy, you drink those flavored. What are they called? The seltzer
waters.
What are they flavored? The flavored ones. LaCroix.
Oh, there's a bunch of different flavors.
I saw a meme that was like LaCroix was in the same room as a lime flavored. Like it's so lightly flavored that it's like they didn't even put lime in it. It was just in the same room as a lime for a little while.
The best one is coconut flavor. It's fantastic.
It doesn't taste like you're drinking suntan lotion?
No.
You sure?
Pretty sure.
Okay. All right.
Puts me on the beach, man.
No, number 1. Yeah, it's because the beach is because it smells like sunscreen.
Number 1 is a new soup from Campbell's that just came out.
Can I guess?
Guess.
Is it the habanero? The spicy habanero? Oh, shoot. Apparently not, because you're looking at me like I'm an idiot.
No.
Okay, what is it?
You're on the right line.
Yeah.
So since you brought that up, honorable mention that I haven't tried yet, that I can't wait to try, is actually the ghost pepper chicken noodle.
Ghost pepper. Yeah, yeah.
So that's a new one. So they've got this whole new spicy line of soups.
Right.
And so my, I can't remember. I ate one of the soups in the house, and so my wife was like replenishing the soups.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, yeah, I always back in hunting camp, I always get that spicy or that chicken gumbo from Campbell's, and it's just it's pretty good. You may not like it, but
yeah, I'm just gonna comment right now.
It's pretty good.
I'm holding it back, Troy.
And so she came home, and I was like, oh. So I went and got the can because that's what she bought.
They have a jazzy jambalaya too, Campbell.
I've never tried that.
Yeah.
But this one, andouille sausage, some rice in a broth, and it's chicken, and it's all right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they now have spicy chicken and sausage gumbo. And let me tell you, the first 2 bites in this thing, I was like, this is a serious can of soup. It was hot. And I wasn't prepared for
the spice,
the
was
amount
real.
of spice that was going to be in that. I was like, oh, this is Campbell's. This is going to be a joke.
Yeah.
Oh, it's spicy.
Yeah.
Like sipping a drink spicy. So I was like, this is my new number one because it actually is spicy and it's good. I was like, this would be perfect.
So that habanero may send you, or the ghost pepper.
That ghost pepper may be
you.
pretty bad because this one was just, I think it was cayenne.
Yeah.
That they were using in the spicy chicken and sausage gumbo. And they're using ghost pepper, and that may, because it's kind of oily. And so, it's going to coat every surface of your freaking mouth, and it's just going to burn.
I'm excited.
So I'm excited to try it.
That's going to be awesome.
But that made my number one, and that was just recently that I had that.
All right. Number 3, I'll go then, Troy. Number 3, Dinty Moore beef stew. Now,
I've had that so many times in Iraq.
That got me through college. Because that was like $1.30 for a can, and that was a hearty meal. And that turned me on to chunky soups. So from that moment forward, if I got soup in a can, it needed to have like substance, almost where you could eat it with a fork. Like that's what Dinty Moore beef stew kind of turned me. Like that's where, so everything that's the origin. So that's where you're getting a number 3 spot, but everything else that opened my world to the chunky soups. And then you get into Campbell's Chunky brand. Like they have the Campbell's Chunky line of soups. All fantastic, almost. I don't like the gumbo. I don't like the jambalaya. There's a few things. And it's more on principle than flavor. Like don't call it that in my opinion, but I'm with you. Number 2, Campbell's Chunky baked potato with cheddar and bacon bits. That's just a great, I got that. So I stock these for deer camp, by the way. And so they're there. I put a little Tony's on it and nuke it in the microwave if you need to. You can heat it up in a pot if you need to, whatever.
You could eat it cold?
You could eat it cold if you don't have as sophisticated as a deer camp as you and I.
Heck, you could put that can right on the fire.
Yeah, do whatever you need to do. Number 1, the chunky, creamy chicken and dumplings. That is, I love it. It's phenomenal. You're nodding your head in disagreement.
No, can't do it.
The Campbell's Chunky.
And your number 2 there. I've had it before, and it's too rich for me. I can't finish a whole
it's
can
good,
of that
man.
because it's just so rich.
You got to get
it's
the heat.
good.
You get the heat with it.
It's good.
Yeah.
But it's
Put some Tony's
pretty
on
darn rich.
I
put Tony's on dang near everything.
Yeah, so. I know. But you're good. It's a meal.
It is a meal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%. I'm starting to get a little hungry right now.
I am too. I didn't eat today.
Like, man, I could have got you something. I asked you if you wanted me to bring you something.
You didn't say anything about food. You said drinks. So I appreciate.
Technically, I said beverages.
You did say beverages.
Yeah.
That doesn't include food.
You
items.
are correct.
However, I did finally break down and eat at Chicken Max.
Yeah.
What'd you think? I did too.
Pretty darn good.
Yeah. I thought
I
so
was
too.
I was amazed.
I just got one of their they have it's kind of like Sonic, they have their drink special menu, but Chicken Max, they have like this little $5 menu you can order off of from 2 to 4. And I happened to go in there like at 2:30. I was like, ooh, $5 for some nuggets and fries? I'll take it.
You mean tenders?
Sorry, whatever.
Do they have nuggets?
I don't know.
They were nuggets. They were like
Don't apologize to him. If you're right.
Were they nuggets?
I can do. I need to look it up,
or were they strips? Because I had strips. I didn't see nuggets.
Well, these were nuggets.
Okay, so they have nuggets.
Whatever.
All right.
Not getting technical here, but it was $5, and they were fantastic. Almost got another round.
Yeah,
$5.
They had this
nuggets with fries.
And they had this sauce. It's a jalapeno lime.
I didn't get any sauce. I just got barbecue.
I was like, this is really good
was
sauce.
It was a dipping sauce, or was it sauced on the?
No, dipping
chicken?
sauce for your
dipping sauce.
They had like all these different sauces that you could select. Like that's one of their things is selection of dipping sauces, and jalapeno lime was actually really good.
Here's the deal, and I may be wrong in this, but this is just one of the ways that I'm wired. If I'm loyal, then we'll take chicken tenders as an example. If I'm loyal to a chicken tender establishment,
Slim Chickens.
No, I'm not loyal to them. That's a nugget.
Yeah, that's a nugget.
Yeah.
And cornmeal. Is that fried in cornmeal?
I don't know. It was so good.
If I'm loyal to one chicken tender establishment and a new chicken tender place shows up,
Chicken Max is not new.
if the new one shows up, then I may give you a shot, but if you don't hit that shot, it's done. You're done. There's no recovering.
Mm-hmm.
That's what happened with Chicken Max with me.
Now listen, I was talking to the guy in there because I went to a Chicken Max, I guess back like in 2019, and when I started the Live Local channel. And
Back over in Mays, that one in Mays?
No, it was actually the one up near my house on the east side now. And went in there, got a chicken sandwich. It was not good. Never went back. Well, they just did a bunch of rebranding. They've grown their stores and everything. And the owners are from right here in Wichita, is where the first one started. So I was on your side of town, and I went to the one on Central over there.
Yeah, I don't know where that is.
That's where I got those nuggets. I think it's the old Pizza Hut.
Yeah, I don't know where that is.
Central and Tyler. Anyway.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
I was bragging to the guy. Like, I was telling the whole story. Like, came here, it sucked. Came back now. Y'all did a fantastic job. Your service was even better. He's like, oh, well, please tell Kathy that I said that you said that our service was great. Yeah. And he gave me her card.
Maybe Kathy would be interested in advertising on our podcast.
That would be fantastic.
I'll refrain from saying anything else. I thought it was the unique thing. They had cornbread. Like I thought that was pretty cool.
Man, I love it.
It was good.
I'm a believer now.
Because I think I made the same trek that you did.
Yeah.
I believe it was a Chicken Max, and it was on the east side. And when I ordered the chicken, I basically got like a piece of boiled chicken.
Yeah.
And it was terrible. And I didn't even finish it because I was like, this is awful. And
that's very similar to Mike's, but it was soggy. It was soggy chicken.
Yes.
And our kids didn't even finish it.
Yeah.
Let alone me.
And so, and I didn't know if this was, because I couldn't remember because it'd been so long ago. And I was like, and this one just popped up next to the office. And I was like, yeah, I'll go try it. And then tried their tenders. Phenomenal. I was like, this is really good.
It's so much better.
Well,
I'm going to go tomorrow.
I don't think, I don't know if I'm not going to go. I'm not going to go back.
You and your word. Did you point in somebody's finger that worked there and say, I will never eat here again?
No, I've only done that once. But here's the thing. If we're about to get a Popeyes right down the street from a from a Chicken
Oh,
Max.
well, yeah, there you
Popeyes
go.
has never done me dirty like Chicken Max did.
They will. Just give them time.
I've got a history.
They will.
And if a Cane's shows up, I'm getting out of that's my chicken spot. You know, I don't
But
need.
Cane's has repeatedly told you no.
They will at some point come to Wichita.
No.
They will.
Nope.
I promise you.
Maybe when we're 55 or something.
And if when that is,
We're 55 and Chet's like 90.
when that is. All right. Well, I appreciate you, Troy. Is
From
that-
the grave, Chet enjoys.
how did we get on Chicken Max? What were we
Maybe
talking
that's
about?
what we'll
Canned
do
soup?
when Cane's finally comes. Troy and I will get a bucket of tenders from Cane's, and we'll just come down and we'll eat with you at your
That's your gravesite.
We'll just leave a tender
Appreciate that. With some cane sauce,
With
by
some
the way.
sauce.
With some
Yeah,
sauce.
definitely.
Yeah.
and a
Definitely.
piece of toast.
Extra sauce and
All right, I'll go. I haven't gone yet.
Okay.
Did you do your number one? Maybe that's how we got off on it.
I did. Yeah, I did. My chunky chicken and dumplings.
Maybe that's.
I don't know how we got there.
I don't
Oh,
either.
no. You just randomly said
I did. I
went
guess
to-
so. Yeah.
Wow.
Detour.
Yeah.
We didn't go off on too many tangents when he wasn't here.
No, we stayed on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the tangents though.
You add value, Matt.
Nice curveball.
Value
We
added.
appreciate you.
I like
Value added.
I like it.
Walmart.
All right, number 3, Van Camp's pork and beans.
Ooh.
Better be close to a bathroom, but that's some good stuff right there.
I've eaten a lot of that, but it's not on my top 3 list.
Top number 2.
Now, Van Camp's pork and beans, not the beanie weenies. So not the ones with hot
I like
dogs
the
in it.
beanie weenies too, but this is just the pork and beans with the actual like bacon pieces.
That's not soup.
I mean,
That's canned beans.
you did say that he was going to pull it. but
Yep.
Oh,
Distort. That's beans in a can. That's not all canned goods. Or is corn next? We're going with green
Oh,
beans.
shit. Hang on, let me-
French cut green beans.
Ooh.
change my.
I like fancy green beans.
Okay, go ahead. Number
Number two, Campbell's chicken noodle.
They're just a plain Jane.
Plain original. I usually eat 2 at a time. I love that stuff. It's so good.
It's got like 3 pieces of legitimate, like little cube chicken.
Yeah,
Got the MSG floating around the
Yep.
top of it. Yeah, it's good stuff.
that's more broth than anything else. And I am almost like, when I was sick, had the flu, puking, all that kind of stuff as a kid. Like my mom would give me 7-Up,
Oh, yeah.
and so now
Yeah.
I don't drink 7-Up. And
Sprite all
But
the
if
way.
I don't feel good, I drink 7-Up, and I'm like, oh, that reminds me of
Oh, I feel better.
Campbell's original chicken noodle soup is 7-Up.
Does the same
that was
thing.
that was
Yeah.
the food that I would start eating after the liquids of the 7-Up. So
Yeah.
it's got a special place.
It's kind of funny because you know what makes me feel better when I'm sick?
What's that?
Like a bottle of Pine Sol. Because that's the puke bucket. Like my mom, like if I was puking, that's the bucket that my mom would mop the floors
Smelling
with.
it, not drinking it.
Smelling it.
Okay.
Because the bucket had that smell of Pine
Yeah.
Sol in it. It was just like, I'm not as sick anymore. But
Yeah.
for whatever reason,
I'm on the mend.
Pine Sol makes me feel better.
I'm a fan of the pine sol smell.
Smells good.
Yeah. Okay, number
Number 1,
take us to number 1 from pine sol smell.
ramen.
It's not
Ramen
in a can.
noodle soup.
Not in a can.
You called it packaged. That's
not
a
in a
packaged
can.
soup.
Yeah.
I found
It's not in a
found
can.
some
That's a soup
in
mix.
a can
No.
online.
No.
Yes, I did.
No, I've never seen it.
Ramen in a can.
No.
But that's not the ramen you were talking about.
Here it is.
Nope.
Ramen in a can right there.
What grocery store can I buy that in, Troy?
You can order it online.
From where is it going to deliver from?
I don't know, but probably the same place I find my administrator online. Maybe she can order it and send it to us.
But have you ever had the canned? Have you ever had it?
Or he. No.
So you were talking about the. So I mean, it's a moot point.
I don't eat a lot of soup. I don't eat a lot of canned soup. The only canned soup I ever eat is chicken noodle.
Should I take us back a few episodes? Cream of mushroom.
I cook with that. I don't eat it.
It's canned soup. You eat it.
Cook with it.
You eat
You cook
cream of
with
mushroom.
it.
When you cook with it, it goes into your body.
It's not the same. That's not the
Hey,
same.
I'll tell you what isn't the same is
I'm gonna call Broughton. see
pork
what he
and
thinks.
beans.
That's not
That's not the same as canned soup.
that's not really a soup.
That's my top 3, folks. All right. Love it.
Hold on.
Good stuff.
Did I write down canned ramen? Oh, goodness.
All right. Matt, you got a good word for us?
Hey.
What?
I'm the host.
Well, you're too busy writing stuff down over here. I'm trying to get this show on the road.
Yeah, everybody's already tuned off because your direction.
No,
you took
I'm
us
sure
out
we'll
through.
get a few comments right now about
Matt, give us a good word, please. Canned.
I got it.
Can
not-
you give us a good word?
I can. And the good word today is I was going to try to change it, but I can't. I can't find the
he canned.
Yeah.
is can't.
Canned.
Can't.
Okay.
And it comes out of James 1, 13, and 14. It says, when tempted, no one should say, God is tempting me, for God cannot be tempted by evil. That's where the word can't comes from, nor does he tempt anyone. But each person is tempted when they are dragged away by their own evil desire and enticed. And if you guys haven't noticed, for the past 3 episodes, what do you notice that's different?
Matt hasn't been here.
You weren't here. You were being.
Well, no, you were here the last 2.
Yep.
But before that,
Yep. But what's different?
your beard is shorter.
It is shorter.
You've been wearing the same shirt?
I haven't had a dip.
You got one right now.
I do not.
Is your lip permanently disformed to make it look like you have chew in there?
That's my beard.
Huh?
That's my beard.
You gave it up?
Yeah. I haven't had anything in over a month.
No way.
Yeah.
What are you doing? You just stopped.
One day I just felt like,
You
what? I was
doing that
like,
buffalo stuff?
no, nothing.
You doing the
Cold turkey.
nicotine?
Cold turkey.
You
Man,
patching?
that's the way to do
Nope.
it. Cold turkey's the way to go.
How you?
I woke up one day and I was just like, it didn't taste good.
Yeah, it just changed flavors.
I guess I could, but
Yeah,
No.
man, get back into it. Try some new flavors.
Man,
Peer pressure. This is how it happens.
get
folks.
behind me, Satan.
I can't be tempted. Evil.
Yeah.
No, and it's pretty funny because there's been maybe a handful of times that I've been like, man, I really want. I really
Is it
like
more
a chew.
that you just really want to spit? Like, do you have like empty bottles laying around everywhere waiting for spit to fall in them?
No, there's a lot less bottles lying around the house.
Yeah.
right now. Yeah.
That's
I'm
awesome.
also
man.
drinking a lot less water because I would down a water just to have a bottle to spit in. But
So you're getting unhealthy through your. Well, good for you, man.
yeah,
What are you doing with all this extra money you got laying around?
I know. How much is a log these days? Is that how you bought it?
Yeah, I would always buy. Well, I'd buy probably 3 at a time just so I didn't have to
Store it.
go back to the store all the time. But
3 logs?
yeah, at a time, it lasts me about 3 weeks because I do about a log a week. So I think it was probably 40, let's see. I don't remember, $36, $37 a log,
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
4 times. So
Yeah.
whatever, $100 and some a month, whatever that
Yeah.
comes out to.
$1,200 a year.
Sure.
That's a cig a year you can buy yourself now.
But yeah,
A cig sour, not a cigarette.
cigarette. Yeah. No. But, and there's only been really like a few times that I've been tempted, but
Well, I imagine it work.
not really.
Yeah, because there's a lot of that going on.
Yeah. It's been kind of weird. It's just like all of a sudden, just like, yeah, I don't want
I'm
to,
done with it.
I'm done.
Yeah,
And it wasn't like I decided to, it was just like I woke up and was like, it just doesn't taste good. I don't want one.
yeah.
And then the next day it was like, yeah, I still, whatever. And then day 3, kind of whatever.
Yeah.
And then I may be playing a video game or something like that, but like, man, I'd really like to have one right now.
You don't go to a crutch. Like you don't have like, oh, I'm going to get some sunflower seeds so I can at least go through the motions.
No, because I think that brings you closer to getting back.
Yeah.
So I just,
Not me, man. Seltzer water all the way, baby. I'm like, man, a cold beer would taste
Good for
really
you.
good.
but Yeah, I don't feel any different, I guess, but
Yeah. You're doing it.
I did it. Like I don't see
done.
I don't see going back. I mean,
That's awesome.
I guess maybe it doesn't hurt that like the first 3 days I may have had like a slight ear infection, and that just kind of, I was just like, I didn't feel real good. But
one of the reasons I liked having you around is a good remedy to a wasp sting is to put some chewing tobacco on, and now you're no good to me in that scenario. Because I mean, was like, if I get stung, well, at least Matt's got some.
Well, it won't be on me. I mean, I still have like I don't know, a log in my truck.
Yeah.
So
you need to get rid of that.
So you could. I'm not even. It's so funny because I'm not even tempted to.
Yeah. Well, I remember I never had a problem with chewing tobacco because I was middle school.
You probably got sick.
Dude, a buddy of mine got a hold of his brother's, and it was Skull Wintergreen. And I mean, I was 11 or 12. Is that middle school age?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's 5th grade, really.
So 12. Anyway, we were riding around on our bicycles in the neighborhood, and we both got a big old plug, and it did not take long, and I was heaving, and I was like, I'm not doing this ever again.
Well, I'll never forget. Same thing. The first time Jonathan and I got into it with his older brother.
Yeah.
We were riding in the back of the truck, the Ellerby Estates, going to Wade's house, and we got a big old dip, and we both got the Wade's, and just lost it, man.
Yeah.
I never had that.
But I did dip
Never got sick.
I did dip in high school.
When did you start?
Playing
I was
baseball?
23.
Oh, well, that's probably why.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Late
I mean-
start.
I mean, when you're raised in the country like me and Troy,
Yeah.
that stuff is just
Wait, I wasn't raised in the country. Yeah.
well, you're more country than Matt because you were chewing in middle school.
Oh, that's right.
Well, I mean, so I'm not in middle school. I didn't do any. I was too involved in sports, and that's all I cared about. So I didn't do any of that stuff. But
I played baseball, did a lot of drugs. I mean, come on, Matt.
exactly.
He was really involved.
Did you not pay attention to the Jordan commercial? If you're doing drugs, stop it.
Stop it.
Get some help.
Multitasking is what Troy was very good at multitasking.
Yeah. But yeah, I just, I never grew up doing any of that stuff. And it wasn't until I was actually even out of high school that I even smoked for the first time. And then, so I smoked for probably 3 or 4 years, and then joined the Marine Corps, and you couldn't smoke at night, because when you're in country or something like that, because the little cherry is a target.
Oh, I got you.
So, smoking lamps out. And
Chew.
what do you mean? Yeah. So you just go to chewing.
Yeah.
And so that's when I started. So little under, just under 20 years.
You done. Good for
Just
you.
didn't feel like it anymore. I don't know why.
I'm excited for you.
It's good. I hope it sticks, man. That's awesome.
It's going to stick. I don't even crave it, which is weird.
Yeah.
Good. Well, since we're celebrating, July 17th was a year of me not having a drop of alcohol.
Oh.
So it's already been a full year since I quit that.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
I'm thinking about picking it up.
You guys are awesome.
Replace one with another.
Yeah, I mean, that's what a lot of people go to is like, hey, I'm going to quit smoking. I'm going to start chewing.
Yeah.
And then now they have those nicotine gums and nicotine, the nicotine chew. That's not.
Now, see, when I was in the hospital,
sawdust or something, whatever it is.
Yeah. When I was in the hospital, they gave me that nicotine gum.
Oh, my
And
granny
now-
would chew the gum and smoke a cigarette. Yeah.
Now that chewing the gum, now that would make you sick if you swallowed any of that juice. You'd be, yeah, that was terrible.
Yeah.
So I couldn't do that. I was just like, nah, if I ever quit, it's just going to be quit.
Good for you. All right. That's awesome.
I will say
If road trip, there's an extra cup holder open now.
The couple.
Yeah. Yes, that's true. That's true.
something that really helped me through my journey of quitting was this book called Escaping the Evil Clown.
Okay. That's good. That title has me.
Yeah.
The clown of alcohol.
It is drowned. It's all about alcoholism and how you can escape it from the evil clown, the voice inside your head. But it can also, after reading that book and, going through all that, it can also, you could replace alcohol with any kind of addiction.
Oh, yeah.
And,
Well, it's important one addiction doesn't become another.
Right, exactly. And so learning who the evil clown is, and yeah, it's just a really good book if anybody wants to read it.
Me? I'm addicted to Jesus.
Oh, yeah.
You remember that song?
A2J.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
That's
what
good.
popped up in my head.
R.I.P.
Yeah. Okay. Well, appreciate. Good job. You're 30 days in. Troy's 380
something
80 days in. That's fantastic. Way to go, guys. I'm here cheering you on. Yay.
Right on.
And
now if we could just get you over your addiction
of hanging out with losers,
thinking that you know weather better than anybody else out there.
I don't know weather better than anybody else out there.
We know.
There's a few.
But you have an addiction to saying that you're right. What was the quote?
I don't remember.
Sometimes right?
Yeah, sometimes right.
Never in doubt.
I
like that. Yeah. That should be your bumper sticker.
Thank Greg for that.
Thanks, Greg. That's perfect.
Okay. Thanks for tuning in. Like, share, subscribe. We'll see you next week.
Thanks for listening to the Hardheaded Podcast. Don't forget to share this podcast with others to help us get the word out.
Also, if you haven't yet, please rate and review the show. This helps our podcast show up in other people's suggested shows that may or may not have listened to us before.
Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next week.